Before I go ahead, let me quickly tell you, if you haven't watched part 1, I really recommend watching that first, because there we talk about what interviewers are silently observing when they ask behavioral questions. Now let's move forward. One thing I notice again and again, and maybe you'll relate to this, is that people don't actually struggle because they don't know what to say. They struggle because they are trying too hard to say it, right? Have you ever been in an interview where midway through your answer, you suddenly become aware of your own voice? You start thinking, why do I sound like this? This doesn't even feel like me. That moment right there, that's when answers start sounding fake. And no, it's not because you are lying, it's because you are performing. Okay, let me explain this properly. Most candidates walk into behavioral interviews with one pressure sitting their head. I need to impress. So what happens? You polish your answer too much. You remove anything that sounds uncertain. You avoid pauses. You avoid emotion. But behavioral interviews don't reward polished speeches. They reward self-awareness. Interviewers already know you are nervous. They already know you are trying your best. What they are actually listening for is this: does this person understand themselves? That's why two people can answer the same question and only one feels believable. Here's something very important that people don't realize. When interviewers ask you behavioral questions, they are not sitting there with a checklist. They are not counting keywords. They are listening to your thinking pattern. So if your answer sounds like it came straight out of interview prep articles, their brain disconnects, not consciously, subconsciously. And once that happens, no amount of correct answer can bring the connection back. Now let's talk about how to avoid that. Instead of treating behavioral questions like answer you need to deliver, start treating them like reflection you are setting. You are not standing in a courtroom defending yourself. You are explaining something that already happened in your life. That mindset shift alone changes everything. For example, when someone asks you about a difficult situation, don't rush, pause. Yes, pause. That pause is not weakness. It shows thinking, and thinking makes you sound real. Then speak the way you would explain something to a friend after it's already over. Not dramatic, not defensive, just honest. One small trick that works incredibly well is allowing your inner thought to come into the answer. Not all of them, just enough. Something as simple as at that moment I was actually unsure what the right decision was. Instantly make your answer human. Now, interviewer isn't just hearing what you did, they are understanding how you think. And that create trust. Let me say something that might feel uncomfortable, but is very important. You do not need a perfect story. Fresher think they need a big corporate example. Experienced professional think they need massive leadership story. No, you need a real story. It could be a small project, a missed deadline, a disagreement, a learning moment, even something that didn't go well. Because interviewers are not comparing your life to someone else, they are asking themselves one simple question: is this person aware of why they behaved the way they did? If the answer is yes, you are already ahead of most of the candidates. Now, here's a mistake I really want you to avoid. And no, don't brush this off. This one genuinely costs people opportunities. Never turn a behavioral answer into a self praise announcement. When you say things like, I always perform well under pressure, or I'm naturally adaptable, you think you sound confident, but without reflection, those words feel empty. Instead of telling them who you are, show them through your thinking. Let them decide. Because here's the truth. Interviewer doesn't remember exact answer. They don't remember exact words. What they remember is how you made them feel sitting across from you. Did you feel calm? Did you feel grounded? Did you feel honest? Or did you feel like someone was trying too hard? That feeling decide more than your resume ever will. Let me ask you something, and I really want you to answer this in the comment. Which interview question make you freeze the most? Is it when they ask about failure, conflict, pressure, or teamwork? Write it down. You'll be surprised how many people feel the same way. And another question, when you prepare for interviews, do you memorize exit answer or do you just think through situation and listen? Tell me honestly in the comment. I read them. And before we end, one last thing. Please stop trying to be sound like a perfect corporate professional. You are not applying to be a motivational quote. You are a human being who has learned, struggled, adjusted, and grown. That is more than enough. In the next part, I'll show you how to practice behavioral answer in a way that keep you calm instead of stuck without memorizing anything.